Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here, and welcome back to the DCEU Daily. This one is take 2 because I forgot to talk about so many things because my soccer team, Manchester United, won last night. I'm saying soccer so you Americans can understand, so I'm so distracted. Anyway, we need to talk about Sterling K. Brown maybe playing Jon Stewart in Green Lantern Corps, which is being written and developed by Jeff Johns as we speak. We also need to talk about Patty Jenkins maybe directing that movie. So Sterling K. Brown has said that he wants to be in a Patty Jenkins directed movie. Wouldn't that be awesome? And wouldn't that be awesome if it was a DCEU movie? Now, once she finishes with Wonder Woman 1984, I'm sure she'll have other projects, but I just think that her and Jeff Johns will have worked so well together with the first Wonder Woman, and even closely this time with Wonder Woman 1984. So who would Jeff look to be directing this film? Because even though he's not running the DCEU anymore, he has got a lot of authority on Green Lantern Corps. So he's creating something really original. As I said yesterday on yesterday's edition of the DCEU Daily, it's all going to be lightly based on the New 52. All the DCEU stuff is. I love the New 52. I think it's a great part of the comics to kind of adapt stuff from. So, yes, I would absolutely love Sterling K. Brown as Jon Stewart in a Green Lantern Corps movie directed by Patty Jenkins. And I think my wishes could come true. I think this could be a reality. But that's not. There's more exciting stuff to talk about. Christopher Nolan will be making a Warner Brothers movie, an event movie, which will be released in 2020. Could this be Man of Steel 2? Please. Now, he did say he could have directed Man of Steel if he wanted to, but he felt he didn't have the gifts to do it. And he felt Zack Snyder was more suited to do that film. But could it be that Warner Brothers have made an agreement with Christopher Nolan to fix Superman? Now, you know where I come from. I don't believe Superman needs fixing. But he does kind of need fixing, doesn't he? Because look at what they did to him in Justice League. So I'm kind of talking about him needing fixing after what happened with him with the upper lip stuff. So really, he could be the man to do something really special with Henry Cavill's Superman. I really do think. Do I think this is going to happen? Do I think this is the film? Unfortunately not. But for now, there's no title. We don't know what film he's making. It is very interesting that we don't know the film. I'm sure if it's a film that's out in 2020. Now, this is interesting. 2020 isn't that far away. So he's literally going to probably have his cast, his screenplay. He's probably going to go out and make it very, very shortly. Because, as I say, 2020 isn't too far away. So he could start maybe later this year, in the summer or in the winter or in the autumn or whatever. So, first of all, just having Christopher Nolan knowing he's going to make an event movie is very exciting. An event movie. What does that mean? That pretty much means a blockbuster movie. But why not? I know the chances of him doing Man of Steel 2 are very slight, but he did write the first Man of Steel, and I think maybe, this would be amazing. Listen, if he was to do any DC movie, it would be amazing. But Man of Steel 2, the man who co-wrote this film, the man who believed that Zod's neck shouldn't have been broken, but was convinced by David S. Goyer that it should happen. This is very, very interesting. Again, please, I know, look, I love the DCEU fandom, but some of you are so, you take yourselves too seriously, and sometimes you take everything that someone says as a negative. You know I love the DCEU. You know I love Zack. You know I love Man of Steel. But really, should Superman be breaking someone's neck? I just want you to think about that. I didn't have a problem with it when I saw it. But I'm thinking about all the Superman fans, not just some of them. And I want to represent everyone rather than just a corner of the fandom. And I feel Christopher Nolan would be great. I think he's very knowledgeable about Superman. Look, I don't know. Look, as I say, it's probably just an independent movie, saying he's doing totally different. Christopher Nolan is always going to be connected to the DCEU and Warner Brothers. He loves Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers really gave him a shot with his Dark Knight trilogy, and he really respects that. And he always said when he's done other projects, I think when he did Interstellar, he said to Warner Brothers, "Do you want to distribute the movie?" And of course they did, because he has a friendship with Warner Brothers. They've been really good to him. So it's, as I say, as it's a film that's coming out in 2020, so this would have to start filming straight away. This to me is really, really exciting, guys. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pause this video because I want to go and find the article and get some details. Right, this is from the Hollywood Reporter. The filmmaker's next project opens on July 2017, 2020. July, he loves July releases, don't forget. Christopher Nolan's next movie is slowly coming into focus. Well, it's only just come into focus now because it was only announced on Friday by Warner Brothers that his movie will be released on July the 17th, 2020 on IMAX. He loves IMAX, by the way. Right, Warner Brothers announced Friday that Nolan's next film will open in IMAX on July 17th, 2020. The project is described as an event film, but nothing else is known about Nolan's latest venture. The writer-director has propensity for secrecy, writing his scripts away from any prying eyes. Furthermore, he is such a stature that he can attract the actors he wants, package his project with the thespians, and then present it to a studio with that what amounts to simple yes or no question: are you in or are you out? And that's who he is, really, isn't he? The filmmaker is coming off the World War II film Dunkirk, which won 3 Academy Awards and earned the filmmaker his first Best Director Oscar nomination. The Warner Brothers film grossed $526.9 million globally. The release date makes sense for Nolan, who has a for July releases of the filmmaker's last 5 movies. 4 have opened in the mid-July sweet spot, including 2008 The Dark Knight, 2010's Inception's, 2012's The Dark Knight Rises, and 2017's Dunkirk. Interstellar was an exception, opening in November of 2014. There are a few other films also slated to open on July 2020. Paramount's SpongeBob movie, No Chance, Fox's Bob's Burger, Disney's Jungle Cruise, starring Dwayne Johnson, and Emily Blunt's open a week later on July 24th, 2020. Well, Emily Blunt hasn't got a great record going against Warner Brothers, has she? Mary Poppins Returns. Nolan is currently more than 20 years into his directing career after releasing his $6 billion feature following in 1998. He broke out with 2000's Memento, which earned him and his brother Jonathan Nolan a Screenplay Oscar nomination. He went on to carve out a reputation for crafting cerebral blockbusters that have also included 2002's Insomnia, 2006's Prestige. So yes, basically it's July 2020. That's not a lot of time to make a movie, is it? That's kind of interesting. As I say, listen, I'll be honest, I haven't heard anything about Christopher Nolan making a Man of Steel 2. This is just me. This is me doing a Chris Wong Svensson. Sorry, Chris. This ain't a tinfoil hat, but it will have to do. And this is just me saying, what if he's directing and writing Man of Steel 2? And as I said, he would be absolutely perfect. So what do you think? Would you want Christopher Nolan to write and direct Man of Steel 2? What do you think of my theory about Sterling K. Brown and Patty Jenkins? Patty directing Green Lantern Corps and Sterling K. Brown playing John Stewart. Please comment down below and please like and share the video. Thank you. See you tomorrow.